Now we can discuss regarding the regulation of gastric secretion are also known as a phases of gastric secretions. So regarding the learning outcomes of this subject, so after completions of this lecture or session, you should be able to describe the regulation or phases of the gastric secretions. Okay, so dear students, so our gastric secretion, so that was regulated are there is a three phases. So those phases, so those are involved in the regulations of the gastric juice. First one is the cephalic phase. It is a neuronal control, or the nervous system can regulate the secretions of gastric juice. So that phase was known as the cephalic phase, and the cephalic phase was regulated by the vagus nerve. Vagus is the 10th cranial nerve. It was having the center or control system was present in the medulla oblongata, and through the nose we can got the certain smell. So that smell perception or information once again reaches to the medulla oblongata or temporal lobe. From the temporal lobe that was reaches to the medulla oblongata, then the medulla oblongata was activate the vagus nerve, then the gastric secretion is increases, then you should feel the hunger. So that phase was regulated by a nerve, so that's why it was known as the neuronal phase or cephalic phase. So next one is the gastric phase. So gastric phase, it is also phase of regulations of gastric secretion. It is both neuronal as well as hormonal. Okay, due to entry of food in the stomach, certain sensory receptors are present on the stomach. They give signal to the brain, and as well as they give signal to the other gastric gland. Then involved in the secretions of local hormone or activations of the vagus nerve, as well as secretions of gastrin, and those are involved in the regulations of the gastric secretion. So that phase is known as the gastric phase. It is both neuronal as well as the hormonal phase. And third one is the intestinal phase. It is completely hormonal phase. So intestine is also control the that is the secretions from the gastric gland or gastric secretion. So due to with the help of the gastrin, cholecystokinin, somatostatin, gastric inhibitory peptide, and as well as the vasoactive intestinal peptide. So these are the various hormone. So that was secreted from the our intestinal, our duodenum, our intestinal gland. Those are present in the duodenum, and these when the that intestinal gland is activated, when food is entered into duodenum, then duodenum is involved in the digestions. So on that time it is want to stop the entry of food from the stomach. So that's why the intestinal phase or intestine is also control the gastric secretion or empty of the stomach through a one of the following these hormones like a gastrin, cholecystokinin, somatostatin, gastric inhibitory peptide, and as well as the vasoactive intestinal peptide. So now we can discuss one by one. First we can discuss regarding the cephalic phase. That was this phase is regulated or started when we can thought or we can think of about the food, like smell of food, sight of food, thought of food, imagination of the food, or hearing about the food. So where the cerebrum it can activated, it was stimulated. Then the cephalic phase was begin. So with the help of the vagus nerve, the gastric secretion was increases, and this phase is continue like that. Okay, due to seeing of the thinking of food, the cerebrum is activated. It can generate the impulses regarding he can feeling something, and he's ready to go for take the food in the hotel or in the kitchen or in the homes. Okay, so that like integrated message was reaches to the hypothalamus and medulla oblongata from the cerebral cortex or cerebrum. Then the hypothalamus thalamus and medulla, so they are activated the parasympathetic nervous system. Then the parasympathetic nervous system, it can activate the stomach through a vagus nerve, because the parasympathetic nervous system it mainly consists of the vagus nerve and acetylcholine. So here the parasympathetic nervous system is activated by hypothalamus and medulla when the person was thinking about the food. Then, so those vagus nerves stimulate the various gastric gland or release the acetylcholine. So that acetylcholine is also stimulate the secretions from the fundy gland, pylori gland, as well as the that is the cardiac gland. So then the stomach involved in the secretions of the gastric juice, and this phase is known as a cephalic phase. It was a neuronal phase. It was begins. It was started, or our gastric secretion was started when only we are thinking of the food. There is no need. There is no we are taken any kind of food. Only we are thinking. Imagine about the food. That on that time also we can feel the hunger. So that feeling of hunger is due to cephalic phase or neuronal phase. So next one is the gastric phase. So this phase was begin. So when we can eating. So due to eating, the food was enter in the stomach. So then the stomach was expanded. So due to expanded of stomach, certain receptors are present on the stomach. So those are known as the stretch receptors. So when stomach was expanded, the stretch receptors was give the signal to the brain or give signal to the gastric gland. Then the gastric gland or the brain, they are involved in the regulations of the gastric secretion or secretions of the gastric juice. Okay, so that phase was known as the gastric phase. So and this phase begins only so when the food or chyme, so that was enter in the stomach. So due to entry of the food in the stomach, it was activate the stretch receptor. So these are present in the wall of the stomach. Due to extend of the stomach or expand of stomach, then stretch receptor automatically give the signal to the brain or gastric glands. Okay, so then that signal reaches to the cerebral cortex. Then cerebral cortex send information to the hypothalamus. Then hypothalamus send information to the autonomic nervous system, and from the autonomic nervous system that message was reaches, or the autonomic nervous system it can activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Then the parasympathetic nervous system, it can stimulate the vagus nerve, or it can release the acetylcholine. Okay, then acetylcholine or vagus nerve, they can stimulate the G cells. Due to that, it can release the gastrin. It can stimulate the ECL like cells, that is the enterochromaffin cell like cell. They can secrete the that is the histamine. Okay, they can secrete the histamine. So those gastrin histamine, so those are involved in the regulations of the further gastric juice. So then the gastrin histamine is releases. So that was enhance the hydrochloric acid intrinsic factor and gastric secretion. So like that, so due to entry of the stomach food in the stomach, so that was extend the stretch receptor. Stretch receptor can display the signal or give signal to the cerebral cortex. So food is present. So non-veg is present enter. So vegetable is enter. So soft food is enter. So burger is enter. Okay, so then it can give signal cerebral cortex. According to that only it can give information to hypothalamus. Hypothalamus activate the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system activate the parasympathetic. Then the parasympathetic nervous system through a vagus nerve or acetylcholine, it can activate the G cells and ECL like cells. Then gastrin histamine is releases. Then hydrochloric acid is secreted along with attention factor, as well as other gastric secretion is also secreted. So this phase is known as a gastric phase. Last one, so that was known as the intestinal phase. It is completely hormonal, and this phase was begins so when the food is enter in the duodenum. Okay, so chyme enter into the duodenum. It can stimulate the stretch receptors. Then such stretch receptors, it can enhance the secretions of gastrin. Then gastrin can stimulate the stomach and increase the gastric secretion. And this was helpful for the empty of the stomach or entry of the food from stomach into the duodenum through a gastrins. So this is known as the hormonal phase or intestinal phase. And another side, it also stimulates the enteroendocrine cells. So those are releases the secretin and cholecystokinin. Okay, so these enteroendocrine cells, so these are present in the wall of the intestines. Okay, so those are secret the secretin or cholecystokinin, and these secretin cholecystokinin, they can inhibit the stomach activity through a enterogastric reflex. Okay, through enterogastric is one of the pathway recently they are found. Okay, so there is a direct relations between duodenum and stomach is present from the another way, not in the GIT. So another flex is present, way is present. So that was known as the enterogastric reflexes, through which only intestine can give information stomach. You can stop the empty of your stomach because my duodenum was completely full. I was involved in the digestion of food. So that was messages enter into stomach through a that is the secretin or cholecystokinin through a enterogastric reflex. Then that can inhibit the empty of stomach or stomach activity. Okay, it is also intestinal phase where it can control the entry of the food from the stomach and duodenum after the duodenum can be filled completely food, because we're also required more time, about 6 to 8 hours for digestion of food. Up to on that time we do not feel the food, our stomach will be the look like a full, or our belly can feel the fullness. So that is due to the intestinal phase or inhibitions of the stomach activity. Okay, so on the other side, the secretin, cholecystokinin, they can give signal to the gallbladder and pancreas, and gallbladder is involved in the secretions of the bile, and the pancreatic juice is involved in the secretions of the pancreatic juice. They are consist of rich of the enzymes. Those are required for the metabolism of proteins, lipids, as well as the carbohydrates. And endoendocrine cells, it also releases the gastric inhibitory peptide, that is the GIP. Then this gastric peptide, it can stimulate the insulin secretion. Then the insulin is released that was involved in the metabolism of carbohydrates. So like that, the intestinal phase with the help of gastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin, gastric inhibitory peptide, it was involved in the regulations of the gastric secretions. With the help of gastrin, it can enhance the gastric empty or enhance the gastric secretions. Okay, it was begins when the duodenum was empty. Okay, then through a enterochromic cells are secreting cholecystokinin, it can inhibit the gastric empty or inhibit the stomach empty. And also with the help of secreting cholecystokinin, so they can stimulate the release of bile from the gallbladder. So that bile is involved in the metabolism and process of the lipid containing food. And also it can give signal to the pancreatic gland, that is endocrine parts of the pancreatic gland, then involve the secretions of pancreatic juice. That pancreatic juice consists of the pancreatic amylase, then sodium bicarbonate. So that sodium bicarbonate is helpful for to neutralize the food, because water the food, so that can enter from stomach to the duodenum, that is the acidic food. But from the pancreatic gland, that the sodium bicarbonate is more secreted from the pancreatic juice. So that sodium bicarbonate, it was enhanced the pH of the duodenum. So like that, the stomach having 1 to 3 pH, but immediately stomach the duodenum is present, but that duodenum is having the pH around 7 to 8. That is completely basic, because of more secretions of the sodium bicarbonate from the pancreatic juice, so that can neutralize the acidic food that can came from the stomach. That is the importance of the pancreatic juice, and it is also containing various enzymes that was required for metabolism of proteins, required for metabolism of the lipids, and have even it was required for the metabolism of the carbohydrates due to pancreatic amylase. And same intestinal phase, the gastric peptide is also releases. So that peptide, it can stimulate the release of insulin from the beta cells of the pancreatic gland. So that insulin was involved in the process of the glucose that can enter in the blood. So after the entry of the glucose from the food into the our blood after eating, okay, so where the insulin automatically releases by a intestinal phase. So that was helpful for the to decrease the elevated sugar level after the taken any kind of the food or carbohydrate. So these are the various phases. Those are involved in the regulations of gastric, like a cephalic, gastric phase, even the intestinal phase.